All right, let's get right into another Tips Moto Deep Dive. Tonight we're breaking down a UEFA Nations League match with some serious implications, Czech Republic taking on Georgia. And this one, oh boy, this one has all the makings of a real nail-biter. But don't worry, we've got you covered. We've run the numbers, consulted our experts. We're ready to give you all the insights you need to make those smart betting decisions.
Yeah, the stakes are pretty high in this one. Czech Republic sitting at the top of Group 1 in League B right now, but Georgia, they're right there on their heels, just 1 point behind.
1 point. So win for the Czechs. They're moving on up to League A,
Yeah,
competing with Europe's best.
that's right. But if Georgia can pull off the upset, well, things could get really interesting.
Really interesting. And get this, both teams are coming in with totally different form lately.
Yeah, you're right. The Czechs are, well, they're on a roll. Unbeaten in their last 4 matches.
Yeah.
Including that dramatic win against Ukraine, 3-2.
Oh, yeah. I was on the edge of my seat for that one.
You know, that kind of momentum, it can really give a team a psychological edge.
So they're riding high right now. Meanwhile, Georgia, they've had a couple of tough losses.
Yeah. Back-to-back losses to Albania and Ukraine. And, those kinds of losses, they can really knock a team's confidence. While the Czechs, well, they're probably feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
That makes sense. But here's the thing. Back in September, Georgia absolutely demolished the Czech Republic.
Yeah, 4-1.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So can they do it again? Or was that just a fluke?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, past results can tell us something, but football changes fast. And a lot can happen in a few months.
That's true.
Plus, this time they're playing the Czech Republic. Home field advantage could be a big factor.
Oh, yeah. You know how powerful a home crowd can be?
Exactly.
But, and this is a big but, the Czechs are going to be without their star striker, Patrick Schick. He's out with an injury.
Schick is he's a goal-scoring machine. His absence, it's going to be a huge blow for the Czechs.
I mean, the guy is clinical in front of goal. They're going to miss that firepower for sure.
But, they do have a potential replacement in the Mashvani Tura. He's a powerful forward. He's shown some real flashes of brilliance.
I've seen him play. He's strong, good in the air.
Yeah. And he knows where the goal is. This could be his chance to really make a name for himself on the international stage.
So opportunity knocks for Vanachera. Now, what about Georgia? Their star man, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. He's been pretty quiet in the group stage so far. No goals since September.
Kvaratskhelia is a phenomenal talent. He can create something out of nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
But he has been tightly marked in recent matches.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Georgia really needs him to step up if they want to win this one. They need him to find that goal-scoring touch again.
All right, so big match. Lots of things to consider. But you know what? Our Tips Moto supercomputer, it's been hard at work, analyzing all the data. Team stats, player form, historical data, you name it. And we have a prediction.
Lay it on us.
The supercomputer is predicting a 2-1 victory for the Czech Republic. But the odds are actually pretty close.
Really?
Yeah, which tells me this could be a much tighter match than people expect.
Definitely not a slam dunk for the Czechs then.
No, not at all. So, if you're thinking about placing a bet on this one, there's a lot to think about. It's not just about looking at the supercomputer's prediction.
Oh, absolutely not. There's so many factors to consider.
Right, and that's what we're going to dive into next. Stick with us.
We've talked about some of the biggest ones already. The home field advantage for the Czechs, their winning streak, Schick being out, those are all huge.
Yeah.
But then you have Georgia. They could really take advantage of that weakened Czech attack. And with Kvaratskhelia, well, you never know what he might do. Makes them a pretty tempting underdog bet, if you ask me.
That's what we're all about here at Tips Moto, giving you the information you need to make those smart bets. The supercomputer prediction, it's a great starting point, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Right. You got to use your own football knowledge, too. Combine that with our data. That's where the magic happens.
And that's why we give you so many different betting options. You can keep it simple, just bet on the match outcome, or you can get more specific.
Yeah, you can bet on both teams to score. Or even try to predict the exact scoreline.
We got it all.
And with Schick being out, you might want to look at the goal scorer market.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Will Avanchera step up for the Czechs? Or will Georgia's defense shut him down? It's a really interesting bet to consider.
We even have bets on specific goal scorers. Think Kovacic is going to fill Schick's shoes. You can bet on him to score. What about Kvaratskhelia? Maybe you think he's due for a big game. We've got you covered.
It's all about understanding the game, really digging into the data.
Yeah.
and making informed decisions.
Exactly. It's about having fun, testing your football knowledge, and, hey, maybe winning some money along the way.
And let's not forget, football is unpredictable.
That's part of what makes it so great.
You can analyze all you want, but sometimes the underdog just comes out on top.
That's why we always say, do your research. We have tons of information on our website.
Yeah.
And all over social media.
Yeah, we've got detailed match previews, expert commentary, statistical breakdowns.
Anything you need.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
We're constantly posting updates.
Insights. And of course, all the best betting tips.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. Key factors, supercomputer prediction, betting options. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Right.
We've talked about how important this match is for both sides, especially with that promotion to League A on the line. I mean, for the Czech Republic, reaching League A, it's a chance to play against the best of the best. France, Spain, England, prove they belong with the European elite.
And for Georgia, it would be, well, it would be historic, a huge step forward for Georgian football.
Right. It would put them on the map, bring more attention to their players. So in a match like this, with so much at stake, it makes you wonder, could one tiny detail, a moment of brilliance, maybe even a bit of luck, could that change everything?
That's what makes football so captivating.
Yeah.
You can analyze, you can predict. But in the end, it's still a game.
And that's what we're all about at TipsMoto.
Yeah.
It's not just about the predictions. It's about empowering you, giving you the knowledge, the tools you need to make your own decisions, to really understand the beautiful game.
So, as we get ready for this Czech Republic-Georgia clash, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What are your predictions?
Czechs winning comfortably.
Georgia pulling off the upset.
Maybe a 10th draw.
Head over to our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Let us know what you think.
Join the conversation. Be part of our amazing community of football fans.
And while you're there, check out our latest analysis, our betting tips. We've got some exclusive offers, too.
TipsMoto is your one-stop shop for everything UEFA Nations League.
So, make those smart bets. Let's see who comes out on top in this massive match.
Remember, with TipsMoto, you're always ahead of the game.